That noise. Not coming from here. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Everyday Man. Scratch that. Hey, y'all. It's Corey with Everyday me. Huh? Hey, y'all. It's Corey with Everyday Man. Doing everyday reviews for everyday people. And a few weeks ago, I did a first impression video of this Arctic ice chest and promised you guys an ice retention video. Well, here it is. And we'll get to it right after this. All right, y'all, so I put together a few ice chests so we can do this, this review. I've got my new Arctic Ultralight 52 that you guys have seen. A friend of mine just bought this 77 quart Lifetime ice chest. These are similar in price and construction, and so is this Ozark Trail. This is a Walmart ice chest that we're gonna be doing, and I have my Cabela's, which is the only roto-molded ice chest on this table. I think it'll kind of be our go-to. So if we go with prices and sizes, this is a 52 quart Arctic Ultralight. It's injection molded construction, and it costs right now around $149. This Lifetime ice chest, now this is the biggest one on the table. This one's a 77 quart ice chest, and this one also costs right around $150. And its construction is similar to the Arctic. Now the Ozark Trail is also a 52 quart ice chest, and it costs right now around $137, $38, something like that. Now these two, the Arctic and the Ozark, are the same size ice chest. Now this Cabela's is $249 on Cabela's right now, and it's the expensive one. It's $249, and it's also the smallest one on this table. This one's only a 40 quart. So what I've done is I've put 40 pounds of ice in each one of these ice chests. I didn't know if I should fill them or be consistent with the ice. I really didn't know which was the best way to do it. So I decided to just go ahead and put 40 pounds in each one. Now the Arctic and the Ozark Trail, 40 pounds doesn't quite fill them up. And the 77 obviously doesn't fill it up. Now my 40 didn't hold the whole 40 pounds. I probably had to scoop 2 pounds off the top to get the lid to close. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a beer in each one of these guys, and we're gonna put a beer in here, and we're gonna let this test run go till the last one reaches 42 degrees. The last one that reaches 42 degrees will be my official champion of this particular ice chest challenge. So we're gonna start off with the Cabela's. As you can see, the Cabela's is plumb full, and that's not quite 40 pounds of ice. It wouldn't hold the whole thing. Now, Ozark Trail, oh, cane break, by the way, delicious. Our Ozark Trail is just about flush full. All right, our Lifetime obviously held the 40 pounds of ice, being the larger one. So it's probably about 3/4 of the way full. Now I gotta tell you, it says grizzly bear proof right here on this Lifetime. Man, I sure am glad a bear didn't show up for this video. Whew, that was rough. And the Arctic. The Arctic, see, I gotta tell you, I thought the Ozark Trail and the Arctic were both about the same size. They're both 52s, but I know the Arctic is a true to quart, and maybe the Ozark Trail's not, because I did put 40 pounds of ice in each one of these. So we'll give it a go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna open these. Today is Saturday morning. I'm gonna let them go till Wednesday before I even open them. And then we'll start doing a day-to-day update. I wanna let them sit here, and I know what you're thinking too, that it's October and it's not a real good time to test an ice chest. But this is South Louisiana, and for the next 5 days, we projected to have between 88 and 92 degree weather. So I think we'll get a good representation across these 4 ice chests of what we got going. So guys, let me know in the comments right now what you're thinking, which one's gonna win. I'll give you my prediction. I think my Cabela's is gonna hold ice a day or 2 longer than the next guy. I think the next guy is gonna be my Arctic. After that, I think it'll be the Lifetime and the Ozark Trail. I don't think this one's gonna hold ice for very long. I've got a smaller one, and it's never really held ice for a long time, but it is a really tough ice chest. So we'll see, and we'll get back with you in a few days. Stick around. Hey y'all, it's Tuesday morning. I wanted to show you a little something. I'm not officially gonna be opening these till tomorrow morning, but 2 of these ice chests are dry, and 2 of them have quite a bit of condensation on the outside of them. This Ozark Trail and this Lifetime has quite a bit of condensation on it. And the Arctic and the Cabela's are both pretty dry. So I don't know if that's telling me anything. It's Tuesday morning here. It's quite humid, quite hot. We got a little cool front moving through the day. Gonna bring the humidity down. But we'll be opening them up tomorrow after I get home from work. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, y'all. So it's Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday evening. It's about 6 o'clock. So I filled these ice chests up, 4.5 days ago? It was Saturday morning, and now it's Wednesday afternoon. And I'll tell you, I was a little concerned about doing this in October, but it's been more like a July. It's been 90 degrees outside every day. Now, I don't have these coolers sitting in the direct sunlight, but it's hot. Let me assure you, they're under my carport and it's plenty hot. So I'm really not expecting much out of them right now. I didn't want to open them. I wanted to see where it went. So we're going to start off with the Cabela's. I got my trusty thermometer with me. We're going to measure the temperatures of the beers, see how much ice they got in them. Let's check it out. So the Cabela's got plenty ice left in it. And the beer is at 41.5 degrees or 42 degrees. 41.5. So we're going to move over to the Ozark Trail. Ozark Trail's got more ice in it than I thought it was going to have, actually. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Ooh, that water's cold. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're at 42.5 degrees on the beer. 43 degrees on the beer. I thought we was going to stop this test at 42 degrees, but it doesn't appear that's what we're going to do. As long as they got ice in them, I'm going to continue to run the test. Let's see where the Lifetime's at. Lifetime, well, it's got a solid chunk of ice in there. Oh, that water's cold. All right, the Lifetime. We're at 42.5 degrees. 43 degrees, 42.5. And let's get to the Arctic, the one we're doing this test for right now. Now, the Arctic has a big old chunk of ice in it. Oh, but that beer's at 45 degrees, 44 degrees, 45. All right, so the Arctic's got plenty ice left in it. Now, we'll notice my Cabela's, the beer was inside of the chunk of ice, which is probably why the temperature is lower. The Lifetime doesn't have a whole lot of ice left in it. The Ozark Trail is actually doing better than I thought. The Arctic's got a big chunk of ice left in it. I'm actually very surprised. I figured it was going to outdo these 2 guys, but it looks like it's doing really well. And of course, this Cabela here is an absolute beast of an ice chest. And all the reviews I've seen before, this thing will outperform a Yeti any day of the week. And it looks like it's going to outperform these by far. So it's Wednesday evening after work. We're going to do this again tomorrow. And I'll see y'all in a bit. Hey, Thursday. Hey, y'all. Well, it's Thursday evening after work. It's a little after 5:30. And it's been another blistery 90 degree day here in South Louisiana in the middle of October. So I ain't so sure all these ice chests are going to have ice in them, but we're about to check it out. And we're going to start with this beast right here. I'm sure it does. Let's check it out. So we've got plenty of ice left in this Cabela's ice chest. And let's check the temperature on our cane brake. And we are at 40.5 degrees. That thing is keeping things nice and cold. Now, when I got home from work, I shook these ice chests, and it doesn't sound like they got a whole lot of ice in them, but let's check it out. Well, the Ozark Trail is holding its own. It doesn't have nearly as much as that Cabela's in it, but it does indeed have ice still. And let's check the temperature on this cane brake, and we are at 43 degrees, 43 and a half, 43 degrees. It might make it another 24 hours. I doubt it. We'll check it a little early tomorrow. I don't have to work. Let's check this lifetime. Let's see what we got. All right, the lifetime don't have a whole lot left in it at all, guys. Just a little bit of ice left on top of it. Let's check the temperature on this beer. And we are at 42 degrees. This one's not going to make it probably through the night, I wouldn't imagine. We'll check it tomorrow. Now this Arctic, I noticed, with full disclosure in mind, I noticed a little earlier, there's some water leaking out of the drain plugs on just one side, and I've got it good and tight. And if you look right here, it's not a lot of water, but definitely some water coming off of it. Let's see what we got as far as ice. Okay, we still got a substantial amount of ice in this thing. This thing seems to be doing as well as that Cabela's. Let's check our temperature on our beer. And we are at 40.0 degrees. This thing is doing extremely well. So we're actually supposed to get a cold front, like a rather strong cold front, come through tomorrow around noon or so. So it won't be nearly as hot tomorrow. It'll probably stay in the low 80s. But I'm going to go ahead and guess these two will be out of ice tomorrow. That Arctic is doing really well, like extremely well. It is hanging with this Cabela's here, no doubt. So I'll check in tomorrow, guys. I'll see y'all. Are you ready? Hey, y'all, it is Friday afternoon. It's around 5:45. So we have been running this test now for 6.5 days or so. And I'm going to tell you that we did have a cold front come through last night. And it's about 71 degrees out here right now. And the highest I saw today was about 76. So it's 71 right now and breezy. Like for us down here, it's damn near cold. So let's check out the ice chest. Let's see what we got. In our Cabela's, we have a lot of ice left. Quite a bit. Let's check the temperature on our cane brake. Our cane brake is at 38 degrees. So I think what's happening, I've noticed the beers were actually warmer when the ice was kind of frozen together. And as it separated, it cooled off the water and it's making the beers actually colder. Because I noticed that with the Arctic also, the temperature had gone down on the beer. Now these two guys, yesterday didn't have much ice in them. I don't think they're gonna have any today, but let's see how cold these beers are. I was correct, but I tell you that water is still freezing cold. 43.5 degrees on this cane brake. So even at six plus days The Ozark Trail is officially out, but that beer is plenty cold, so it's still drinkable. And the Lifetime, I think we're gonna have the same thing. It was almost out of ice yesterday. And I would be correct. But that water is still plenty cold. Oh, we're at 40, 47.5 degrees, 48.5, 48. So this one is definitely getting warm. Getting warm is kind of relative as far as beer drinking temperature. So as far as my predictions go so far, when we started this, I knew these two were going to be the lowest performers, but they're also the cheaper ice chest. Now this one's the same price as that Arctic, but it's bigger. It's a 70 quart ice chest, so per size or per quart, it's a little cheaper. And this one's $130, $35, something like that. Now let's see if this thing's got any ice left in it. It had quite a bit yesterday. Let's take a look. Oh, it don't have much today, but it's still got chunks. Oh, and it's still plenty cold. So the Arctic does officially still have ice in it. And we are at 37, 38, 39 degrees, 40, 39.5, 40. So yeah, this one's actually, the beer's actually colder today than it was yesterday. And I think for the reason I'm telling you, I believe when the ice was kind of balled up, the water was allowed to warm up maybe at the bottom. And now that it's kind of broken up all the pieces, it's gotten colder. So these two guys are officially out of the race. This Arctic doesn't have a whole lot of ice left in it, but we're going to let it continue to run, and I'll check them again tomorrow. And I would have to imagine it's going to be out. But man, this Cabela's, I knew it was going to be the winner just because of what it is, but it's really been impressive, man. We've had really high temperatures all week, and tomorrow makes a week that I started this test, and it's still got plenty of ice in it. Arctic's got a little bit left, and these two are officially out. So we're going to do this one more time tomorrow and see if we have any ice left in the Arctic, which I doubt. And obviously the Cabela's is going to be the winner. But I think as far as value goes, man, this Arctic has really held tough. These two guys didn't do nearly as bad as I thought they would. I really thought the Ozark Trail wasn't going to last nearly as long, but it's done really well. And the beer's still cold inside. The water's still freezing. Now this one's warming up, but I think value-wise it's a good ice chest, man. I honestly don't think you can go wrong with any of them. But we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, guys? Hey, y'all. Here we are 7 days after we first started our ice chest challenge or ice retention challenge, test on this Arctic. As you saw yesterday, this Ozark and the Lifetime ran out of ice, but they did last a long time. I think they're very good ice chests. They're very well built. This Arctic, I have to imagine, is going to be out of ice today. It was pretty close yesterday. And I'm guessing this Cabela still got some ice in it. Let's find out. So our Arctic is indeed out of ice. Let's see if this beer is still drinkable. And it is at 42 degrees. I would say absolutely. So 1 week later, we still got ice cold water and beer in this ice chest. 7 days, man, it did great. For the $150 price tag, I think it's hard to argue with. It lasted longer than these other two. And it also, it's just really well built. It's a really good ice chest. Now this Cabela's, I expect it's going to have ice in it. And I imagine I could let it go for another day or two and it's still going to have ice in it. But this is $100 more expensive than this one. We got to remember that. So roto molded and it's smaller. It's just a really expensive ice chest, but it's definitely got ice in it. These roto molded coolers really hold ice for a long time. And our beer is at 39.5 degrees. It's really cold. So there you go, guys. I definitely wanted to find out how long this Arctic ultralight would hold ice, and I think I certainly did. A week is plenty long enough for an ice chest to hold ice, I would imagine. But they're all really great products. The Lifetime is the same price as this Arctic, and it's bigger. It's a 70 quart ice chest. I think that's nice, and it held ice between 5 and 6 days. It really did good. The Ozark Trail really did good, and it's about $20 cheaper than this Arctic. But as far as the Arctic goes, I think it's a great value. I think they've really come up with a nice product that's a little bit cheaper and still can hold ice for a week. And that's it, y'all. If y'all like my video, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and until next time, I'll see you.